Good morning, guys. Ooh, wow. Wow, this FNGU ETF is going crazy. I rebought it yesterday, late day. It's because of Netflix, I guess. Yeah, it's Netflix, yeah. Initially I bought it here when it broke out here, but then I sold it somewhere in there like 270s or something. Because I thought it was getting extended. But now it's been surfing the 20-day. It's been bouncing off of it several times, building higher lows, and yesterday was, kind of, it just looked strong. I was thinking about rebuying TQQ also, but I was like, nah, I'll just buy one of them. Skill is capping up. XP is one I bought yesterday. It's just breaking out of a long base on volume. Airbnb looks good. Yeah, everything looks good. My only short now is this TAN. I've been short for 2 weeks. Maybe I'll get stopped out of it today. This market just keeps going. Pretty incredible. GBTC. Maybe I'll get stopped out of GBTC today. It's right on the 20-day. If it closes below the 20-day, I will sell it. Bitcoin itself is weak today, but it is still holding higher lows. So it's very important holds here. But I do kind of wish it pulls back to the 50 days so we can get some really great buying opportunities. Well, it doesn't matter. Like, as long as it goes sideways, at least. I think we will have a more upside coming soon. Let's see. So there's a lot of stocks getting extended. TRXC, ACRS. This is only ACRS. I'm probably not gonna focus on. BB. UCGN is flagging. This one is flagging. Oh yeah, Tesla. It's kind of breaking out in pre-market. Oops, what did I do here? Oh. It's breaking out of a little flag. Maybe it goes to 1,000 plus this time. We'll see. Then there's some other stuff I'm not really super excited about. Okay. Let's see here. Fubo. I think it needs to go sideways a bit more. Futu? Yeah, it's getting extended. Man, I can't believe it. I had it here, 32 bucks. But it just had to touch the 50-day, undercut the 50-day. Pulled back a little bit too much. All right. It's getting to a point where it's not crazy to short it. It is up. This is day 2 after being consolidated for 2 days. I won't touch it today. But if it has a full day today and then has a strong open tomorrow, that's something I would be interested in. It's like a 3.5 star potential short setup. Could be better for you day trader guys. Netflix EP, yes, I'm thinking about it. Netflix is an EP type of situation. It's gapping up over a 6-month consolidation. It's been going, building higher lows for these 6 months. Had a pretty decent earnings beat. Has good guidance for next quarter, and it's all you want. And it has a gap up. It's gapping up what? 14%. This is an EP situation. Yes, it's not the fastest moving stock. Like most of you should probably pass on it. It's a slower mover, 2.8 ADR. There's gonna be a lot of EPs during the earnings season that's upcoming. But I'm thinking about doing some. Not really super excited about anything, but I guess Netflix and Tesla. Yes, MMEDF looks good. Also, guys, remember chat rules. If you haven't followed the instructions on the screen, probability of you getting muted or banned is pretty high. Keep that in mind. Follow the rules, and if everyone is on the same page, it just creates more value to everyone. Watch the Netflix volume. Volume is key. So Netflix has already traded almost half of its average daily volume. That's pretty significant, I would say. Looks like airlines are strong today. Airlines and cruise lines. Save pretty decent fundamentals. Are you kidding me? There's no airline in the world right now that's decent fundamentals. They're all in survival mode. So Netflix has already traded almost all of it, almost full average daily volume. That is pretty significant. Amazon is also trying to break out of a long range. Some of these mega caps, Nvidia too, some of these mega caps are starting to wake up. Hence, I guess why the FNG is up so much. T-Doc, yeah, it's going now. Well, it's not breaking out. The breakout was here. This is just a continuation move. This is where the suckers buy. Breakout was 2 weeks ago. NBR, yeah, looks good. Save the most fuel efficient? Oh, okay. I have no idea. Well, the thing with airlines, they're all fuel efficient until they go bankrupt. Exactly, they're all fuel efficient if they don't fly. Well, I do trade fundamentals to some extent, but only if it also has a setup. I never trade on based, just on fundamentals. But Save had a setup here. I didn't buy it, but it also had a secondary setup like 3 days ago, and it's just gonna been building higher lows since. So NVAX going south. It's just range bound. Just range bound, nothing special. It's building a nice little base. That's what it's doing. BB. Yeah, I missed it. Wasn't really looking at it. It is a short setup. Yeah, BB was up 4 days in a row. Made a 80% move in 4 days. So this was a potential setup when it started failing VWAP and took out opening range lows. But wasn't, I would have preferred at least one more update. I'm really looking for those perfect ones where you almost cannot lose. There's just so many things going on in this market. You kind of have to wait for those perfect ones. TRXC2, like it could work out today. It could very easily go back to $3 or something. But I really would like to have, for this thing, have one more day. Go to like 6, 7 or something. Or whatever. Let's see what's Netflix. So Netflix had some big volume candle yesterday too. Oh, because I think it is also counting after hours volume. That's why it had such high volume candle yesterday. I think it also counts after hours volume. I'm not sure. But anyways, Netflix has already traded over the average daily volume, almost 7 million shares. The average daily volume is about 5 million shares. So it's almost traded 50% higher than average volume. That's pretty significant. That's pretty significant. Now these Mara and Riot are kind of breaking their uptrends here. And you know, if Bitcoin weakens, Mara could very easily pull back to the, you know, 20-day or lower very easily if Bitcoin weakens. Is LAC halted? No, it's not. Stop spreading misinformation. It was? When? Pre-market? Was it? Oh, I don't know. Wait, halted pre-market? Oh, offering. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Now, Netflix actually really rarely has follow through on its episodic pivots. Last time Netflix could follow through on an episodic pivot was 2005, where it went up 65% in the next 4 months. But since then, the EPs, like, it had a good EP here. It only went up for like 4 or 5 days, and it went sideways, pulled back, and then it went after it had pulled back and probably stopped you out. And here it had an EP, didn't have follow through. Here it had a little bit of follow through, much. Here it didn't have any follow through. Here it would have shaken you out and then it went. So that's the problem many times with these like mega cap stocks. They just rarely make these clean moves. Oh, now TRXC is pulling back also. Without me. I really want like these perfect scenarios. Yeah, built Syrian. Isn't he going bankrupt or something? Or his company was going bankrupt, wasn't it? So GBTC is trying to bounce off the 20-day here. mRNA. I think mRNA may need a few more days. Blink. Yeah, Blink bounced off the 20-day perfectly. It's almost like using these moving averages. It's almost a little bit like cheating. I almost feel bad sometimes. They work so well. Now plug is pulling back. mRNA is definitely now looked like it's breaking down some backside now. It's below all of these moving averages. I did the partial size. I didn't get filled on everything. But also there's RIOT. But RIOT, yeah. I wish I had been on them opening range lows. Would have gotten better entries, but that's fine. The software ETF IGV is breaking out of a range. But I don't see that many good setups in the software space. There are some that are okay, but nothing crazy good looking. CSI. MMEDF, yeah, it's been mentioned like 10 times already. Yes, it's a good setup. Okay, it's a good setup. No need to bring MMEDF up anymore. It's a good setup. Yes, it looks like a very good setup. Now it just needs to break out. So Netflix can't get going yet. It's hanging out below VWAP. It really, the perfect EP is something that just goes and never really trades below VWAP on day one. But that's the problem with these mega cap ones. They may not be super clean. Fate. Fate does not look like a good setup. It needs a few more days. I think it needs a few more days. Farfetch, yeah, it looks like a decent setup. It's bounced off the 50-day. It bounced off the 50-day. That's pretty significant. It's a very key area. But is it a good setup? Yeah, I mean it's an okay setup. But I'm a bit cautious on the market. Like there's just not that many setups, and that's usually I wouldn't be going ultra aggressive buying stuff here. That's what I'm trying to say. SFOR. This is a, what is it? Half a penny stock? No, 5-cent stock. It looks like shit. Step. Nah, step is not good looking. It's not tight at all. Oh yeah, TRX is now going down. Okay, that's pretty perfect. It failed at VWAP a couple of times, and then it took out this little like opening range lows or this little range, and Yeah. What's the potential setup? I just passed on it. JKS, it's way too wide as Shopee. Yes, it's not a good setup here, and there's no range break. I like it. It's too wide. It had a big update yesterday. It's no, it's not. It's all over the place. It needs to tighten up. Square looks pretty decent, yes. Hence why it's on my watch list. But I think 50-day needs to, the 50-day needs to catch up. This EXPA has triple-digit EPS and revenue growth. It's going straight up. This is what happens, guys. This is what happens. This is why you should keep track of all of these high-growing stocks with momentum, okay? They need to be in a watch list, okay? You need to keep track of this. This is the type of moves stocks with triple-digit do. This thing is up 1,000% in like 8 months or something. Another one is Futu, okay? Another one, triple-digit EPS and revenue growth. Look at this thing. It's up like what? Also 1,000% in like 8, 9 months, 10 months. If you're looking for an edge, one place to start is tracking stocks that have triple-digit EPS and revenue growth. Just a hint. CBAT. Yeah, it could work. It's alt sector, this battery related stocks. Nothing super exciting, but yeah, it could work. MarketSmith, I use, you can use like Coifin, which is for free. I think even Seeking Alpha and also Finwiz have earnings numbers, I'm not sure. But yeah, I mainly use MarketSmith and Coifin. Yeah, Tiger too, another one. China Brokerage, yeah, triple digit. Since March lows, this thing is up 600%. You know, earnings are fuel, okay? I mean, you have these random pump stocks that can make big moves with no reason really, other than, you know, chat rooms and forums are pumping these. You know, they're mostly on hype. And those are very hard to predict, but earnings, that's fuel, okay? It's like rocket fuel. Triple-digit EPS and revenue growth, it's like rocket fuel. It gives stocks a reason to go up. Like one way to trade, you don't even need to do any scans. Just build a watch list of the 50 or 30 fastest growing stocks in the stock market. Like everything, just, you know, everything, you know, they don't necessarily have to be like triple digit EPS and revenue growth, but everything is that, say, 50%, like mid-high double digit EPS revenue growth or higher. Keep them in a watch list. The top, say, 50 ones. And just look for setups on those stocks. And you're going to outperform the market by a wide margin year after year. You don't need to do any scans at all. You just keep track of that one watch list with 50 stocks. And just look for good setups on those. Among those. That's all you need to do. To get a big edge. Now, you're not going to outperform like all the time. You will outperform every year, but you're not going to outperform like every market rally. Because in some markets, cyclicals lead or beaten down stocks lead. But if you only trade the fastest growing stocks, you're probably going to do very, very well. Year after year after year. No rocket science involved. You don't need any fancy indicators. You don't need someone on TV to tell you this or that, because you already know what works in the stock market. ZI, yeah, it's in a long base. CI is like a 6-month base. Recent IPO. The problem with CI, it had 40 times sales when it IPO. That's pretty significant. But this is something, if it starts getting momentum, this is absolutely something to get you know, track. Absolutely. It's not in a pooper. It's just building a long base. No, I don't really care. I think this Mara, like, I didn't look at, like, yeah, whatever. I think it's gonna break down at least at 20. But if Bitcoin, you know, starts rallying, obviously this Mara short will stop me out. I'm just gonna go to the kitchen and get some free Nocco from my fridge, since it's full of free Nocco. Since some asshole from Norway sent me a bag of Nocco. Yeah, I'm afraid, because I made that promise. If Celsius hits 100, I don't remember what the time frame was. Was it like the next year or whatever? And Celsius liked my tweet. I hope it doesn't hit. Hope it goes like 90 or something and then breaks down. Nocco, yeah, it's like an energy drink. I'm drinking Legend. Legend is my favorite flavor. Yeah, Tesla, I would love this thing to go sideways. Again, like, the longer the base, the longer the move. To a certain extent. But the best bases are usually like 2-3 weeks to maybe 3-4 months. You on like momentum stocks, excluding like the smallest micro cap names. But if you look at like mid and large cap, the best bases are usually, I would say, like a month to 4 or 5 months, generally. And if they're gonna have any juice breaking out of a longer base than that, like a really long base, they usually need some kind of an episodic pivot, like some kind of a catalyst or news that launches them. So Tesla is now at twice the average volume. But again, I don't expect this thing to work. I kind of fully expect it stops me out, undercuts my stop by a few dollars, and then, you know, makes a rally. Because this thing hasn't had a good EP for the past 5 years. Like a good, clean EP. Maybe this time is different, I don't know. But wouldn't it be nice to get something like this? Right? It just, you know, goes. Doesn't give you any headaches. That would be nice. This Viva is breaking out. It's been surfing the 100-day for a while. Been building higher lows, and it's a very choppy name. It's a slow mover, but this is called like a pocket pivot. It's a breakout that's inside of a base. It's similar to what's the stock that's going up today? TDOC. When I bought it here, it was the same thing. It was kind of building higher lows and kind of breaking out inside of its base. The word for it is a pocket pivot. SI, yeah, it looks really good. It does look good. It looks like it's about to break down for now, because Bitcoin is weak. Now, Bitcoin, it's still building higher lows, but we'll see. It's in a big flag now. Bitcoin has been flagging for what? 2 weeks almost. So it's nice. Plug held yesterday's low. Do I always go for rebates? If you're trading for rebates, you know, yeah, no. No, I never go for rebates, pretty much never. Only when I'm selling positions into strength, like locking in. But if I want to get in, I just get in. Have I heard of rebate traders? Yes. Never, but have I ever heard of a rich rebate trader? No. They're all scalping for pennies, right? You can make a choice, right? You wanna go for the breadcrumbs or you wanna go for the whole bread? I don't know if that's a good analogy. Let them trade for their rebates. Let them take the crumbs we leave them. That's a way to trade, absolutely. Is it a good way to trade? Not really. Just with same thing with scalping. Like, can you make a living off of it? Yeah, probably. But you're never gonna, you know, you can't scale it. Again, you cannot scale it. You can make a living, but you cannot scale it. And it's a very hard way of making a living. It's just you constantly have to, you know, you're pretty much always picking up pennies in front of a train, right? It's no way to live. I'd rather beat the train than pick up pennies in front of it. What are your views of a stock trading daily volume above its float but not moving much? Well, maybe just some algos playing around. Happens a lot of these micro caps. Algos trading things back and forth. Doesn't really mean anything. DDD keeps going. What's GME doing? GME's doing much. Okay. Well, the thing is, it's not wrong. Like long term, everyone who bought GME above 20 is probably a sucker. Like GME, like it's back to what? 2007 levels. Yesterday was back to 2007. The business has deteriorated like by a lot since. Like this thing is, there's no way they're gonna survive. Like their business model just is so, it's just so bad. They're not gonna survive digitalization. But short term, you know, a lot of money was made if you bought about 20. You could have bought at 21 and made a lot of money. You had a double in a few days. Oh, what are my stocks doing? So LAC had an offering, right? Should I trail it with the 10 or 20? That's always so hard. You gotta make the decision. Should you trail it with a 10 or the 20 day? I think I'm gonna go with the 20, to be honest. I'm gonna go with the 20. Oh, now Mara is going down. I only got like half of my position. Alright, GBTC. I may size down a little bit on GBTC, and if it closes below the 20, I'll sell it completely. Haven't decided yet if I'm gonna size down now or later. Oh, looks like TAN is gonna stop me out. Solar bounced perfectly off the 20, and now they are kinda coming back. So now Netflix has traded almost twice the daily volume. So far so good. So far so good. Wouldn't it be nice if it goes to straight to 700-800 from here? Without ever violating the 20-day or even the 10-day? Is it too much to ask for? Oh, plug took out lows. Oh, fuck. Should I reshort it? Like if it start, you know, bounces or like tests VWAP again. I should keep a track of it. Did I buy Mara or short it? Okay, that's, you know what? We kind of have to be. Yeah, like it's obvious. Like it's obvious. You know, it's like it's not one of my 3 setups. Grab your pitchforks. No, but it's obvious. You know, you haven't followed the instructions on the screen. I only trade 3 setups and variations of those. Now, okay, to be fair, I haven't really I haven't really talked about much on the blog about the breakdown setups, but it is a little bit like a breakout, but it's just like it's not like a parabolic. But when you have a stock that's made a big move and breaking down over range, like imagine, you know, you flip this. If you look at a 60-minute chart, you flip it. It's like it's breaking out. It's building higher lows, right? Taking out of range and it's breaking out, right? But in this case, it's been being lower highs and it's breaking down over range. It's one of the biggest momentum stocks. Unfortunately, I did sell it about 100% too early. I sold it when it broke down, closed below the 10-day moving average, and then it went almost tripled from there. But it's a variation, right? It's a variation of one of my 3 setups. That's the only thing. And, you know, asking me if I bought it, like here, it's not really, you haven't followed the instructions on the screen. Everyone needs to follow the instructions on the screen. If you don't understand the things, you need to reread it, rewatch the YouTube video. I'm going for quality, not quantity here. But Mara, where is the parabolic? Where is the parabolic on Mara? It did have a parabolic here, right? But why would I? But it's not a parabolic now. It's not a parabolic short here. You need a parabolic to do a parabolic short. Is it useful to be in GBTC, Mara, Riot? There's probably no point in being on all of them. I don't think there is. Beely, I wonder if this thing could be a good short. If you're finally starting to get a little bit of a pullback, it's just skin. Oh my god, I sold it so. Can't believe how badly it is. Ugh. Faye. Yeah, good setup. Good setup. Face, a very good setup. Bill, nothing special here. Oh, Beely. Oh, yeah, Beely, not Bill. Okay. I sized down on my GBTC, and if it closes below the 20, I'm gonna sell it. In case Bitcoin goes for the 50-day, GBTC is gonna go to the 50-day too, and I'd rather, buy it, rebuy it there, than hold it and give back a chunk of my profits. GBTC biggest trade ever? Yeah, I think it was my biggest trade ever. Not sure. It has pulled back from the highs. At the highs, I think it was my biggest trade ever, but now it's pulled back quite a bit, and I sized down along the way. So I don't know. Yeah, Mar and Riot, if I had been on these things opening range lows, oh man, I could have shorted a couple of 100,000 shares of both of these. But I was not really looking at them. Come on, Netflix. So Netflix is for now building higher lows intraday. That's a good sign. It's probably, what's the volume candle gonna look like? It's probably gonna end up like 20 plus million, 25 million. Or no, actually not. Or maybe, yeah, I don't know. So it's gonna have a nice little volume candle. HIBB. Yeah, if it can go sideways a bit more, it could be good. I don't think it's ready yet. But another 3-4 days of sideways would be really nice. MongoDB. Oh, it actually, wait, why is this thing on? No, it's, yeah, it looks good. It looks good. I think starting tomorrow, it's gonna be a really good setup. I think it looks good. Unless it does something crazy today, if it stays tight like this for the rest of the day, it's probably gonna be on my watch list tomorrow. That's a good one. MDB is a really good one. Bingo. What was the pricing on this thing? Yeah, it's another one. It made a huge move. I think, you know what, if this thing cannot rally, if it can't reclaim like VWAP And on the 60-minute, if it can't reclaim this 20 EMA, I think through, like, it could, you know, if it takes out lows later in the day, it could be shortable. I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, Bingo was a decent one yesterday. It was a decent setup yesterday, absolutely. It just didn't break down intraday. It held the range all day, and then it had an offering after hours. So it was a bit tricky. 6 per share, okay. So yeah, if it cannot rally, if it starts fading, and builds lower highs and starts fading later, it could be a short. It's a good risk reward. Like, this is something you can potentially risk, I don't know, 20, 30 cents to make $2, maybe. I think it's a decent risk reward. I do think so. AHCO. It's a buyout. It's a buyout. But its setup itself, it's yeah. I mean, it looks like a decent setup. It's a very choppy mover. Like, you see the candles, they're wicks all over the place. It's maybe not be a great, you know, trading stock. But it is, the principle is good. It's surfing the 20-day, it's getting tighter, and yeah. But this thing is getting bought out, so it may not really have make any moves. Did I call you an asshole? Hey, Lodbrok, I may have called you an asshole, but it was in a good context. In the context of me having a fridge full of cold Noccos. MSTR. What did I do now? Oh, MSTR. Yeah, it's breaking down because, you know, Bitcoin is sluggish. Does previous quarter revenue and EPS growth matter when the next earnings date is soon? I don't know what you mean. It matter in what context? You know, when is soon? Like, if you're gonna buy a breakout, you probably shouldn't buy a breakout if the earnings is only like a few days away. You're up on Sun W this year? Holy shit. Did you buy the breakout here? Was that what you did? On 6th of January? In that case, good job. It was a good setup. Big volume on the breakout. That's what you want to see on these smaller type of stocks. It's good. Now you can afford to send me more Nocco. EH is day 2. Because see, here it went sideways for 2 days, and every time a stock goes sideways for 2 days, the counter resets. So today is day 2. For these parabolics. It's a second leg. It had a first leg, and now it's building on second leg higher. Like this Beely, I am shorting it. It's not really a parabolic in that sense, but it is getting extended. And I think it wouldn't be crazy if it pulled back a little bit. I'm pretty much using a $2.50 stop. It's not really, I don't know, I'm not doing any crazy size. It's not really a, it's maybe a 3-star setup. Oh, Netflix is near the highs of the day now. Come on, Netflix. Bingo, yes, Bingo. It looks like it failed at VWAP. Chivo, you're asking the wrong question. The question you should ask yourself, if you're not long, is there a setup here, okay? And if you are long, what's my exit rules? That's the question you should be asking, not can it run from here once again. That's not really a constructive question. Like if you're not long, is there a setup here? In that case, what is the setup I'm looking for? And 2, if you are long, what is my exit rule? Exactly. Every stock can run at any time from anywhere. A normal percent swing in your account. I mean, if you are fully invested, let's say 100% long, like having 2, 3, like let's say you're 100% invested in across a bunch of different sectors and stocks. 2, 3% swings daily is absolutely nothing. It's just pretty normal. And even bigger ones. Even 5 to 10% swings. If you're either in very fast moving stocks or if you're like on margin and things make just big moves. Yeah, I've taken some portions on skills. But do you mean 5%, 10% to the upside and one? No, I'm talking about both up and downside. Your average daily swings, if you're, heavily long, 2-3% per day, up or down, nothing crazy. Now, obviously, if you've done your, the things right, it's mostly gonna be the upside. Yeah, that's true. Stocks only go up. That is true. Well, you're up 60% since the market has been really good. Um, but yeah, if my stream has helped you, that's nice. That's good. But 60% in like 1 month, 1.5 months, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Market has been really good. BB is reclaiming. Looks like we may get that set up for tomorrow. Ideal scenario, BB goes like mid-teens and then maybe high teens or something by tomorrow. That would be great for a potential short. Portnoy is a guy who's in the right place at the right time. He didn't break any code. You see these things in every market, in every strong bull market. Bull market wizards, yes, it's easy to be a bull market. Now, don't get me wrong, you're supposed to make money in a bull market. If you're making money in this market, that's great. Anyone who's making money in this market, it's great. You're supposed to make money. It's a bull market. But the thing, claiming that stocks only go up, obviously he understands they don't always go up. He's like 40. How old is Portnoy? He's like 40 or something. Obviously he's been, there's been at least one bear market in his adult life. So obviously he knows stocks don't only go up. But a lot of the people, the younger people that get into the markets and follow guys like Portnoy, I'm not sure they are aware of those things. I've seen some of these crazy TikTok videos and some crazy posts on Wall Street Bets. I'm not sure people understand Portnoy is just being ironic. DT. Wow, this DT is breaking out of a long flag. I don't know if it had news, but it is kind of an EP. But I'm not sure it had any news. Breaking out of a long flag. Yeah, Faye looks good. Faye's a really good setup. 5-star setup. So you were thinking my teaching your setups provides more swing traders for your setup. Okay, I get what you mean. Basically what you mean is I'm gonna affect the market. No, I'm not. There's like 10,000 stocks out there. Like everyone's trading different stocks. They're all... No, it's not really affecting anything. It's not like I'm, you know, it's not like I'm one of these chat rooms where, you know, I'm, you know, like I have 50,000 eyeballs and everyone's following what I do. And most of the stocks I trade are like large and mega caps, right? The chat room doesn't have the buying power. Well, I move the market. Yes, I do. You know, on some stocks, when my stops get triggered, I create these wicks. But that wasn't the question. The question was if all these traders pile on the same things. No. It's not what we do here. It's not like I'm pumping some stock. Oh, this is a good setup. Let's go buy it, guys. Like I may suggestively hint, like I'm interested in buying a stock. Like Netflix, I was, you know, hinting at it. Like it looks like a good EP. And I said most of you shouldn't trade it because it's a slow stock and there's going to be a lot of EPs in the upcoming earnings season. And many times I don't really like mention a stock until I'm already in, you know, later. Because that's not what we do here. You're supposed to trade your setups, the things you have on your watch list. Because I don't want to sit here and pump a bunch of stocks. That's really what I'm here for. I'm here to trade my own account and you're here for the journey. And inspiration. Oh, this sense is also fading. Yeah, like these are good setups. Again, you know, it built lower highs. It lost VWAP, right? And now it's fading, you know. But it is low priced. It's so hard for me to trade these. Like Bingo is $8 stock and it's almost too low priced for me. Yeah, Plug just keeps getting failed on the VWAP. Just keeps failing on the VWAP. Yeah, exactly. Netflix only traded, yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure this, even if everyone in this room bought it with the market order, put 100% of their accounts in it, we wouldn't be able to move this stock. Leverage call options? Go ahead. Man, Bingo's SSR is on. I hate SSR. It's the dumbest rule ever. Dumbest thing in the history of the world. PDT and SSR. Two ineffective tools. Now Mara is going straight down. It feels like it's mostly these mega caps that are up today. There are some things here and there that are up, but I don't know, it feels like a lot of these extended names are kind of starting to pull back. I would really like to see a nice washout, like reset of these bases. EP, well, EP doesn't work well in a bear market, because in a bear market most stocks usually go where the market goes, and usually it's down. But the EP works very well in everything else other than a down market. And the market usually, the only periods where EP and breakouts haven't worked well, pretty much, just last 10 years, it's these like red candles, like these big red candles, like something like this is the monthly chart. Something like this. It's only like maybe 5-10% of the time, the past 10 years, like EPs haven't worked. But obviously, if you get in a market like this, like a real bear market, when you pretty much only get these red candles, everything, just buying stocks is not going to work. It doesn't matter what it is. Now, in the 2001-2002 bear market, obviously Nasdaq had a big sell-off, but there were sectors that did well. It wasn't like liquidity crisis like 2007-2008 was, when everything went down. In 2001-2002, some sectors actually did well. The sectors that were neglected when all the money went into the hot internet and fiber optics and genomics and whatnot. So it's a difference between bear markets and the bear markets also. Damn plug, fuck. MSTR2, fuck. My number one long-term company, I have no idea. Should you invest in MySpace? Yes. It's next big thing. There's a new company coming out. It's Your Space. It's a new IPO. I'm gonna put all my money in it. EH, yeah, EH keeps going. Yep, it's gonna be. Oh my God, maybe if this thing closes strong and gets bigger volume than it had yesterday, I may be interested in it for tomorrow as a short. It's still a little bit too liquid for me. But if it trades like 10 million shares today and closes strong, yeah, I may have this thing on radar for tomorrow actually. GME. I'm thinking GME could be a short also if it breaks this 20 EMA. Like if it breaks the lows of the day later. Because we're starting to see it more and more. Oh my God. I've been trying to short Bingo for the past 10 minutes. I still haven't been able to get full size. It's so hard to get into these SSR names. But But yeah, GME, talking about GME. Because this thing could easily pull back. I think this was all just a squeeze. You know, they squeezed out the last of the fundamental shorts. It could fade back as fast as it went up. Especially now that a lot of these extended names are kind of weakish. Well, they released a hit piece on it yesterday, didn't they? Flying automobiles. Well, my top #1 company is probably not gonna be a capital intensive company. It's probably gonna be a software name. Yeah, I can get a locate on GME. Oh no, Beely. Oh, now it's going. I have like a third size on it. Not even that. You know, yeah, third size. How come WWR is up so much? Down so much? It's not down that much. It's reclaimed, or no, it had a big up move yesterday. Nothing crazy. Stocks don't go straight up usually. Yeah, as the indices are going higher, if you look at the indices, you would think the market, like every stock is up a lot, but it's really not. It's most of these larger names pushing it. The breadth is getting like narrower and narrower. That's usually what always happens, you know, in a big rally. The same thing happened here. The breadth was the highest in like late March and April and May, and then for every time the market went higher, well, let's look at the Nasdaq overall. The breadth was a little bit smaller. Same thing happened here, late last year, late 2019, early 2020. Like the breadth was, you know, getting smaller and smaller for every week the market kept going. So it's nothing crazy, but it's usually always a warning sign. You know, it looks like, oh, the Nasdaq is breaking out of a flag. Yeah, but you know, you really gotta. This is where stock picking gets really, you know, it's really important. Not everything is going up. Some rallies, like everything is going up, and some rallies only a select few stocks are going higher. ABCL. It's a Palantir for biotech. So Plug was a big miss today. I'm actually more upset about Riot and Mara. I should have been on them earlier. Could have done some big size. That's the biggest miss for me today. But it's all fine if Netflix can perform and actually make a decent move. So Bingo, I think in 10 days the next target. Okay, which one? It's a Peter Thiel company too. ABCL. Okay, you know what? That sounds interesting. If Tesla starts breaking this low 830 range, if it loses the 10-day, I'm gonna short this one also. So let's see here. I'm also getting rid of this Fuse since all the crypto names are kind of pulling back, so I just don't want to be in this name. Even though it's not really stopping me out, but yeah. It's easy to get back into it. So, oh, Tan almost stopped me out. You can't make it up. My stop was 117.10 and Tan traded 117.09. Holy shit. It's better to be lucky than good, It's always better to be lucky than good. OBCL, OBLN, Jesus Christ. Like obviously there's still money flowing into these like penny names or like these penny stocks. These nano caps like OBLN market cap 12 million, CLBS market cap 30 million. It's so easy to push these things. And most of the volume, it's just the algos playing. Like this thing has obviously traded like more than 10 times its float. But it's mostly algos playing it back and forth. Well, actually, TC2000 says the float is 15 million, but it's like what, 5 times the float? And OBLN2, it's like more than 10 times the float, 15 times the float. Algos and you losing all your money in the middle. You should never trade the middle. The middle is for losers. The big money is in the big moves. Wait, what happened to GRT? Oh man, I missed this one. Oh my god, the moves. Oh fuck, I missed this one. Do I take time off in bad markets? No. Alright, so let's go through these. So Netflix looks great. It's already traded 3 times its average volume. And we're only an hour and a half after the open, so it's probably gonna end up at 20, 25 million, maybe even 30 million. I doubt it. It's gonna end up at 30, but 20, 25. So it's gonna have a big volume candle. So it's what you look for both fundamentally. Now, okay, so the earnings numbers themselves, like minus 822. So you know, it's not great, but that's not what's really driving this stock. The next guidance, they're going to have triple-digit EPS growth and 25% revenue growth, which is really good for a mega cap stock. They beat analyst estimates. They guided big. Like, look at the EPS guidance. It's almost 50% above the consensus. A big beat on the next quarter guidance, and also the numbers for the next year. It's going to have some pretty solid EPS and revenue growth for a mega cap. Now. And it's breaking out of a 6-month base where it's been building higher lows. So technically and fundamental, this thing looks good. The drivers are there. Now, if the market softens, this thing could very easily just stop us out. It's not gonna be volume buzz is a very flawed indicator. Because what volume buzz does, it looks like I don't know. Because look at it. Most of the volume came in like in the first 5-10 minutes. Let's say the first 10 minutes. This thing had traded like almost half of the volume today in the first 10 minutes. So what volume buzz thinks is it's gonna keep trading this type of volume for the rest of the day, but that's not really true. If you look at the volume, it's just going lower and it's just declining. So it's definitely not gonna trade 50 million. It probably won't even trade 30 million. Volume buzz in TC2000 is very flawed. It's not gonna. It doesn't show you a realistic picture. It's based on fantasy, unfortunately, like a lot of indicators are. You have to understand like what they are actually showing, and volume buzz is not really a good indicator. Even though I do have it in my columns, but I rarely look at it. I just never look at it. I should probably just delete it. A Soxol ETF, the triple semi ETF, very extended too for being like an ETF. It's funny. It's funny where I sold it at 456 or 455 or something. Not following my own sell rules. Cost me a lot of money. Did I get filled on GME? Yeah, pretty much full size. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So I'm. Yeah. Okay. Demo account. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but realize that trading a demo account, a paper account, is very different from actually trading real money. It's very, very different. It's not even close to reality. You're probably gonna have a lot better returns trading a demo account than actually, trading live. Just be aware. But obviously it doesn't hurt, if you wanna get familiar with different setups and just, follow the market, see what happens. It doesn't hurt, but oh, so yeah, Citron is gonna live stream 11:30. 11:30. That's in 21 minutes, right? I hope they post a link. I may even look at the live stream. What's a good volume indicator? A good volume indicator is volume. Actual volume. That's a really good indicator. Volume is the most important indicator after price, I would say. I know. Yeah, volume moving average. So I used exponential 22 for the daily, and for some reason I used the simple moving average 20 on the 60-minute and on the 5 minutes. I don't know why. It doesn't matter. You can use the 20, 50, whatever. It's just an average. Just to give you some visual aid. Mara bounce off the 20-day. It could. I don't think it's. Yeah. I'm not gonna cover any, since I only have like half size. I'm gonna go for a bigger move to like maybe, 15s or 14s or something. Market's kind of selling off. Yeah. A lot of these extended names are kind of sluggish. Yeah. A lot of them are showing some weakness. What's my Beely doing? I only have a third size on it. Ugh. Fuck. I hope we get a midday bounce. I would like to add some things. I would like to add like an ETF, like Soxol, for example. Without that one, if it gets back to VWAP, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. There's no point in getting too bearish. I'm just looking at, good setups. Bingo, you know what? I'm gonna give it a little bit more room. No, not bingo, GME. Alright guys, I'm gonna cut the stream now, so thanks for joining and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.